Well, even as the gun control debate rages on, gun violence continues to take a toll across the nation. Communities of color, especially the young, are too often the victims. So what can we do about it? This afternoon, Essence Magazine news editor Wendy Wilson is here to talk about a new three-part series looking at ways to make our neighborhoods safer. Also joining us are founders and executive directors of two groups on the front lines, Aisha Sekou of Street Corner Resources and Kai Smith from the GRAAFICS program. Thank you all for being with us again.
Thank you.
We're happy to see you, not always happy to be taking on this topic. Wendy, I'll start with you. Why did Essence feel like this Guns Down series was important?
You know, after reviewing all the numbers of children who were dying, especially in urban communities in our country, we decided that we wanted to do something that was more impactful about this issue. We wanted to really galvanize our readers and have them feel like they were contributing to the issue at hand. Black women especially feel like their voices aren't being heard when their children are the ones who are dying every day.
Now, the first part is in this issue, the May issue. The first part, you really tell heartbreaking stories of two young women killed in the violence. Why don't you fill us in on them?
Right. So the story is called Loss and Hope. And the first story is with a 6-year-old who was killed in the Newtown, Connecticut shootings. She was the only girl of color who was killed that day, Anna Marquez. We really wanted to just kind of tell who she was. This little girl who no one really was talking about, no one really knew about. So we got an exclusive story with her parents who were talking to us for the first time and really showing who this little girl was. We also did an interview with Hydea Pendleton's parents, and Hydea is the 15-year-old girl who basically did the president's inauguration a week before she was murdered and killed. From Chicago. And so we sat down with her parents in their home and really got to know who Hydea was. There's a lot that's been written about Hydea, but no one really knew who this little girl was, this wonderful, bright, shining star, as Michelle Obama has publicly said, that, you know, she could have been Hydea. So we wanted to give a face to the violence that's happening.
Now, Aisha and Kai, of course, you see those faces every day in the work that you do in the community. I'll start with you, Aisha. Just your reaction to Essence really going out and saying we are going to focus on this specifically for the next 3 months and find a way to pull our readers in and use that. Does it help?
One, I want to just say that Essence is a courageous magazine for taking on the initiative of violence and exposing some of the violence that's happening in our community. I think that we have, it does help. We have waited so long, those of us who have been doing this work so long, for the communities, for the politicians, and of course for our publications to take on this issue of violence. And so we are really happy. We're happy that the attention is focused on it, and we're hoping that this will help to make sure that the gun laws are eventually all passed and will give strength to the needs that we have that actually lead to the gun violence, and I guess we can talk about that later, but it actually just brings light on the issue, and we need that.
And Kai, is that light, that extra light, enough to push the issue a little bit farther along, you think?
I think it is. You know, to tag along with what Aisha said, I want to commend Essence for stepping out and you know, taking this issue on firsthand. Wendy said something that really resonates with me. She said that African American and Hispanic women don't feel like their voices are being heard with regards to the gun violence in their immediate communities. And that's part of the reason why I want to commend Essence, because I see it every day. The GRAAFICS program is in public schools here in the city of New York. And I can't share with you how many times I get telephone calls and text messages or sit in parent-teacher meetings with the parent, with the mother that says, please help me with my son. It's something totally different when a mother comes to you and says, can you help me with my child because I'm scared he's going to get shot. It's something totally different.
Do you feel like, because we've had you on before talking about what GRAAFICS does, it really works with young people on all levels, people that have been in the system, people that have come out of the system trying to do something else with their lives, and also trying to keep young people going into the criminal justice system. Do you feel like you are making inroads in that regard, or is it, you know, you do something good, but then the black hole is still out there? It's just a drop in the bucket.
We do. We feel like we're making a lot of headway. I did a walkthrough of one of my schools in the Bronx, and if I may mention, Miss Martha Colon from middle school, high school in the Bronx, and she said to me, this is the principal, and she said to me, it's amazing how the teachers are coming to me and saying that the program is making a difference. They can see the attitude and the behavior change in the students that come to their class, those students that participate in the graphics program. So it is a black hole, Sandra, but we choose to look at the glass as half full. We don't see the black hole. We do what we can, when we can, how we can, and then tomorrow's a new day.
And I know, Aisha, for you in Harlem, you're doing a lot of work with youngsters, really providing an avenue, other avenues for them. Tell me a little bit about, I know, the music program.
Right. I am very excited. One, fresh off the press, is our newspaper, student-driven, with information that students actually put into the paper, articles. But we also have music, and we're really, really proud of the music. Young people are creating anti-violence music with peaceful messages, talking about the violence, talking about solutions to the violence in a music studio at Harlem Renaissance High School. And that studio is called Street Corner Resources Harlem Renaissance I Am Peace studio. We also have the I Am Peace movement. And the I Am Peace movement is really not just based in the high school, it's based in the community at large. And young people as far as North Carolina have connected with this movement. And it's actually just wearing the message, I Am Peace, on a t-shirt. And we go to events. Our last event, we stood with the mother of Lloyd Morgan, the 4-year-old who was shot in his head several months ago. We stood with her at the bail hearing. And because so many young people showed up for the peaceful presence with I Am Peace shirts on in that courtroom, that young person who was the shooter was denied bail, which means that a shooter will not be back in the community for right now. So young people are using music, they're using their presence, they're using the wearing of a message, they're using their voice through writing, and we also have a radio show, Street Corner Resources Live, and young people are on from time to time showing off their music and using their voice.
And before we go here, Wendy, I want you to, because you're not just writing articles. So we started this, the May issue. You also, there's a, you want people to tweet this message out. There's a letter. Tell me about those initiatives to really show that people are involved and to help get their voices heard.
Absolutely. So in the May issue, we have a letter, and the letter is pre-made, it's pre-written. It's a letter to the president saying that you will support his initiatives when it comes to gun reform in the country. And so we're asking people to clip out that letter, show yourself tweeting that letter to your followers. We take a picture, tweet that picture of you holding that letter and signing that letter, and basically tweet it to the hashtag #EssenceGunsDown, so that we can see that you are a part of our movement. Then also mail the letter to the president so that he knows that this is something that the community wants. And as we go along in the year, we will continue to write stories, we will continue to have those voices heard, and we will definitely bring this to our Essence Music Festival in July.
Okay, thank you all for being with us. We appreciate the work that you do, and it's nice to have Essence on again.
Thank you.
Thank you.